Evening, everyone. Today's 28th of May, Saturday, and pretty interesting on Friday. Um, this is starting to really get a bit annoying, but we closed the week on a high, okay? Very bullish, actually. So we've been saying that this is kind of like the area that we're looking for this kind of reversal. And, this is, I won't get into the um, the geopolitical aspect of this, but you can see the volume here. The volume's clearly weak, right? We're still getting this up move here. So, the first area we're going to look to test is obviously this little high here, this previous high here, 2112. Okay. Now the question is, can the market go higher, right? Can it go higher and breach the all-time highs, which is 2136? Okay. And it's possible, right? It's very possible. I don't think it's likely, but you never know. You just never know at the moment. And what I think is happening here is they're kind of stalling everything. Okay. The whole idea is to try and keep the market as high as possible and not let it see some sort of significant drop. Because once this drops, right, everyone's going to start to come in and start selling and going to push it down. Okay. Now, what do you want to say again? Now, the only problem I have with this is that if this breaches these highs is this, right? Where is it going to go next, right? How high is it really going to go? Is it just going to go up, kind of just put a bit of a big candlestick there and a little wick there and go back down? Who knows, right? But the problem I have with this is that, even if it goes up, I don't know where to put targets, okay? I don't know where I should be looking for targets. I can use Fibonacci's, right, to look for targets, Fibonacci extensions, right? I can use measured moves, I guess, but there's really nowhere to put targets. So now the US has a long weekend. Monday's a public holiday for them, so they won't be back till Tuesday. So what could happen on Tuesdays? It could be a quiet day on Tuesday because they're coming back from the Hamptons and all that stuff. So who knows how much action there will be? But in saying that, from in the past, what's happened is I remember in the past where there was a long weekend and then there was some news over the weekend, some bad news, and what happened was on Monday or Tuesday the market would gap down. Okay, so that's something that could happen, right? Until we breach this high here, we're still technically, it still can technically roll over. Now, what I think could happen is I don't think we'll breach. I think we'll go up. This is basically a fake breakout in a way, and then we could possibly roll over. This is still really weak as well, so something to keep an eye on. But there's not much you can do about this. They're really determined to keep this up. We'll just have to go with it and see how we go. So, the other markets, the Nasdaq and so forth, are doing the same thing as well. Like they're kind of, putting in these breakout patterns, and this one similar as well here. The Dow Jones, I think, was the Dow Jones. Oh yeah, so the Dow Jones had a couple of patterns, a couple of sell signals actually. This one's actually giving me an earlier sell signal than the other one. So if you go to the Nasdaq, right? Nasdaq look like it's just breaking out. So we could still see a little bit more upside for this one. See, it's just breaking out. So you can see here trend line breakout. So we could see it go break out early next week, and then possibly a retracement, and then maybe continuation, right? Or it could just roll over from here. We don't know yet, right? Now, the Nasdaq and the IWM tend to lead the market, but what I've noticed just before was the Dow Jones, right? So if you look at the Dow Jones, you can see that it doesn't look much different to the S&P, right? But if you go down to, say, this is on the weekly chart, but on the daily chart, it does look like it's putting in some kind of bullish consolidation pattern. So from here, it looks like a continuation to the upside. But if you go down to, say, the 1 hour, there's a selling signal, right? There's a shorting opportunity right now on the 1 hour. Now, if this continues onto the 4 hour or not, I don't know, right? But all I know is that we've got a double top, okay? And then the markets come back down, broken structure, okay? Come back down, broken structure, and then come back up, and it's pretty much consolidated here, right? Now, it's put in what I call a 2618 trade, which is something I learned a while back from mentors. basically it's a safer way of trading the double top. Okay, so you're waiting for the reversal as the market puts in a double top, comes back down, breaks the structure, and then rolls back up into the 618 or the 786. Right, so as soon as it retraces within here, you're pretty much looking for an opportunity to short the market, right? Now, if I'm on the 1 hour, you've already got a potential doji candle there, okay? Your stops would your stops would go about there. So your risk is about this much, roughly, right? Your minimal reward is at least this much, right? You're looking for at least a 1 to 1.5 or 1 to 2 risk reward, down to at least that level there, right? Now you can certainly look for more extended targets, but that's up to you. So that's a reversal signal there. Now, if you go to the daily, you've got a potential bearish cipher pattern, right? Right. My cipher pattern for this particular setup would be the 886, right? Fibonacci retracement. That's mainly because my rules say that if we get if the B leg touches the 61.8, right, then my entry would be for the D leg would be the 886 and not the 7086. Okay, that's my rules there. So that's a good shorting opportunity and this is pretty much heading into to make a double top as well. So that's a good level to look for a shorting opportunity. Okay. Now, one other thing is the Aussie AUS. I want to show you something too. So here again, I've got a potential bat pattern with completion at the 5-6-11. All right, so that's an area to look for a short. Now, what's interesting is I remembered just before is that this is about 6-7 months ago. I posted a chart for the AUS 200. Where is it? And I posted the chart, and this is 8 months ago too. So, which is even interesting. So where is it? This is on TradingView as well. Okay. Where are we? Oh, gotta find it. There we go. So I posted this chart about 8 months ago, or 7 months, 8 months ago there. And at the time I said, because 8 months ago would have been, I don't know what month it was. It might have been August or so, but I was anticipating the market to actually roll over that time, right? Which most of us were, but it didn't. So and if it, on the assumption that it did, then I was looking for the market to potentially retest the 5546, which is 50 points off from where I expected to go this time, and then roll over, but it didn't. It just continued doing what it did. So, and this is TradingView too. So once you post the chart, you only got 5 minutes or so to delete it or edit it. And after that, it stays there and you can't change it. Okay, so it's there. So if you're looking for traders on this site, then you can always go on here, and see what they post and see if they're good or not or reliable, whatever. But now you can see if I've just clicked that right arrow and it basically extends it from there. Right, so now we're here, right, and this is on the daily, and we're heading towards, we're about 50 or so points off from where I first said it would. Now, this is not to say, oh, what a sick cunt, none of that. And you can make the case to say, well, it doesn't really matter because eventually, it might head back to that level anyway. It's just a coincidence that they're heading back to that level. That you can make a case for that, right? But there was a specific reason why I had that as a potential level. All right, right. It wasn't just random, right? There were. This was an important level. I noticed that this was an important level, and I said that if the market heads to this level here, then I would short it, right? So it's just important to note that you got to have these levels are there for a reason, and it doesn't really matter how long it takes. Eventually, when it does get there, there's a likelihood. And looking at it today, there is a very high likelihood that we're going to see some upside, given what we saw on Friday night. And if we go back up there, we're likely to see a reversal at this point. And if you look at the actual overall structure of the chart itself, right? If you look at it there, you can see this is clearly a continuation pattern, right? So the market's coming back up, right? It's put in the reversal here. Actually, from here. Start from here. So we've made a new structure high, right? A higher low, and then from here we pretty much made a series of higher lows, higher highs and higher lows, right? Except for this point where we kind of got a false breakout down there, but then we put in a pivot top there. We came back down, we broke structure, right? So now we've kind of confirmed that this is a potential reversal, a potential change in trend, and then we came back up, and now we're looking to put in a new structure, a lower high, right? So if that's the case, then the idea is that we should roll over from here, right? And we should be putting in new lows, okay? Now, if you do a fib retracement here, you can see that we're probably going to get a 61%. Close enough, right? So it's likely we're going to see a reversal. Just keep an eye on that. But yeah, this is a pretty, not a stock standard trade, but this is pretty easy setup to pick up, right? You know, there's really not much more to it than that, but yeah. So keep an eye on that one. We might see the Aussie market roll over probably early this week. Tuesday is going to be really important. Wednesday is going to be even more important. So, you know, let's see if Wall Street, you know, are really going to take action as early as Tuesday when they come back or not. Okay, but likely it'll be Wednesday, I think, from the sounds of it. But that's it for now. Hope that helps. And oh yeah, just remember to like and share. I've never said that before too. So, you know, please like and share, subscribe. I haven't really put in much effort in terms of promoting all this kind of stuff yet, so I just kind of do it. So yeah. All right, enjoy, guys. Take it easy.